Though I told you that they even kidnapped some people in the name of arresting them for NSAS. They tortured them in different kind of police cell, military barracks across Nigeria. Some of them, they tortured them to death in Lagos State. Wherever you see prison. These are the people they took there because of NSAS. They tortured them to death in prison. Does that mean that those people didn't mention their names when they took them to prison? Now they couldn't mention their names so that their family members can come out and say, that's my brother. Oh, that's my DC. They identify them as location, prison. What happened? Rifle shot. How do you shoot somebody in prison? So they said that they were trying to break. Did you see any breakout in Ikoyi prison in the last 3 years? Did you? These are people. How can somebody that they took to prison die of a rifle shot because they protested, NSAS protester? Does that make any sense to you? They murdered these people. Okay? And I'm happy that when they came out, they initially thought that was going to be fake news. Ladies and gentlemen, some of their supporters, when the news broke out that they want to bury 103 NSAS victims in mass grave by Lagos State government, a lot of their supporters wished that it was fake news until government of Lagos came out yesterday and they confirmed it. And according to them, they were just people who died and their family members didn't come to collect them. Now, if you pick bodies up in Meron, you pick bodies up somewhere in Ketu, you pick bodies up in Ojota, do you also pick bodies up in prison? How do people die of rifle shots in prison? How? So we will never stop talking. We will never stop showing this. Of course, they may feel like they are untouchable. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. But I promise you, a lot will happen. It is just a matter of time. Bokwari, Buratai the Butcher, Sanwo-Iku, and the rest of those who participated in that murder, and all over the country. I promise you, you are not going to have to give them karma. Okay? They will pay. Just give it time. So going forward, ladies and gentlemen, the report that 2 Boko Haram members were caught yesterday. And according to that report, the news is that Kolu prefer Atiku to be his runoff or rerun candidate. Peter Obi, because according to them, according to the INEC report, all right, in your elections, Tinubu scored 38% or something. Atiku scored 29 or so percent. And they said Peter Obi scored 25%. Apart from the fact that this whole thing was kind of falsified, like cooked figure and all that, somehow they believe that what Peter Obi is doing, that's Tinubu and Campo, that you see this fight, this I won, because Peter Obi said he won, and he will prove it. Remember? So he's the one asking that if there's going to be any, Peter Obi said if there's going to be any rerun, Peter Obi and Atif, if there's going to be any rerun, it's going to be between them. Tinubu should be disqualified. He won't participate. Sure you get? Now, Tinubu is now asking the court that, what do you call it? He's already scored the highest. And if the issue of FCT is a big deal, then the rerun should be between him and Atiku. Because they believe that if the court said they should remove Tinubu, and they didn't fancy the FCT importance of it, Atiku will be the beneficiary. That's the permutation in the Atifu's camp. But if they disqualify Kolu and they declare the run, it's going to be between Atiku and Obi. So what people are now saying is that whether you like it or not, it is true that Tinubu have already set in motion a lot of forces that are going to help him to keep that power. So when the reports came that there was going to be an assassination attempt on the life of Atiku, trust the PDP, they jumped at it. When the obedients themselves, when they heard about it, they quickly screamed and said, security should be formed around the OBO, because you see this Kolu is just unraveling. By the time it come out fully, a lot of you will begin to understand what happened to Funshaw Williams. I beg, improve security around this and that too. What does that tell you? It simply means that, yes, somehow, there will be a lot of, underhand attacks, staged attacks on those suspected as threats to Kolu. Remember, Osama bin Laden is your vice president. I want you to not wave off this assertion. When they caught the guy, or two of them, they confessed that the job they gave to them was one, to target the time that Atiku is going to be in Adamawa so that they can take him out. It's going to be like a terrorist attack. While they are taking him out, simultaneously, they are going to, detonate some bombs in his own school. And others that are kind of like on the run themselves, they name them, they mention them. Others are saying, Benny, no, they let them deceive you, Jarema Yegun. You they believe that kind of thing. And nonsense, just say, well, I do. Sure you get, because there is actually an evidence of it. Okay? But I can't promise, I can't make you believe if you don't want to. But the bottom line is that if you begin to see political assassination or attempted assassination and so many other things that could look pretty much like the message is clear and the rest, don't be surprised. It is the hand of Esau. Esau, Abiti Jacob Budeni. You get? Because on the side, there are people who are kind of believing that, one thing, this Tinubu is giving us the vibe of Bokwari. It is like, whether everything looks somehow, like Bokwari is no longer there. It still seems that Tinubu is still kind of pandering towards the Fulani terrorist. If what happened in the last 2 months is anything to go by, I'll give you instances. When they announced Lagbaja as the chief of staff appointed by Tinubu, he made sort of a two declaration. One was an appeal. The other one is a threat. One was for the north. The other one for the southeast Nigeria. Lagbaja. Now, when Lagbaja was appointed, he begged. We beg all the northern governors to please give us access, allow us to go after the terrorists. He begged them. On the other hand, he threatened the eastern Nigeria. According to him, this is a warning to all the IPOB that I am coming for you. Okay? And it was like, everyone who is considered or associated to have anything to do with IPOB and the rest of them, you are better advised to leave eastern Nigeria. So, as usual, when Bokwari was there, they had what they called Operation Python Dance. But we all know that whenever Python is dancing, Python is squeezing and stretching his prey to break the bone, to do all of that before he can swallow it. Pythons don't dance. But in northern Nigeria, it was a different one. Operation A. Why did I forget that? It was something like, it was Operation Lafia Dole in northern Nigeria. And according to them, the soldiers who went to northern Nigeria, their job is to capture repentant terrorists. The ones they sent to eastern Nigeria, their job is to kill anybody that they suspect as Igbo or IPOB. They are covered, licensed to kill. So Tinubu came and brought in Lagbaja. In one of Lagbaja's utterances, ladies and gentlemen, he just told, in fact, in one of their actions, just about 2 or so weeks ago, breaking news, Nigeria military neutralized some bandits. Baba, by the time they published the image of the bandits killed by the Nigerian army in Plateau State, they were the volunteers, vigilantes, the frustrated civilians who are tired of being killed or kidnapped by Fulani terrorists. They were those who got shot and killed by the Nigerian army. When they found that, they quickly covered it up and said, okay, that was a wrong identity. So when Lagbaja came out, he went to, he did go to Mangu in Plateau State to boost the morale of the soldiers that will stop the killings, which have seen over 200 people slaughtered, killed by these Fulani terrorists in a space of 2 months. So he went there, did some push-up, something like this, and then he told the people there, for peace to reign, if you have gun, you must surrender that gun to government, so that what happened to those vigilantes will not happen to you. Surrender your guns. What happened to the Fulani terrorists who are carrying AK-47 about? The message is not for them. Oh yeah, push up. So that's Lagbaja and the boys. Moral, boost their moral, do all of that, do press up. Oh yeah, do this and that. Say, man, it's very fit. See our army chief. Then he told them that they have to. Because the kind of operation he wants to carry out, he doesn't want anybody walking about with guns. And that's what Bokwari did. He told the people he disarmed. Remember when Bokwari disarmed the people of Southern Kaduna, the people of Middle Belt, and then the Southern Nigeria, telling all of us to submit our guns. Remember? So the policy is still in place. Bokwari's vibes. That is what Tinubu is giving you. Tinubu made an announcement that he removed subsidy. After removing subsidy, he said he was going to share to you, he's going to share 500 billion naira at 8,000 naira per household. No be so? Did you know that Tinubu, well, I'll remind you, Tinubu also said 500,000 hectares of land have been mapped and they are ready to be allocated to people who can go into farming. Whose land was Tinubu talking about? Where are those lands? Who gave those land? How did he, in 2 months, acquire those land? Or were those the land mapped by Bokwari that he didn't have the liver with the resistance that people gave to even announce them. For example, Bokwari didn't have the liver to remove the subsidy that he was paying to his own friends, trillions of them for years. He gave it to Tinubu to remove it. So Tinubu said he has 500,000 acres of land. Where are those land? Are those part of what they've mapped out for Ruga, for cattle colony, for ranching, and other nonsense they said they want to use to placate the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria? You are not asking those questions, are you? I'll remind you. Okay? Because now subsidy they remove. Wait to concern land, people's land with subsidy remover. Because it's all scripted. And with the way they are harming everybody, they expect all of us to scamper to safety, hide, and not say a word. We will always say a word. We'll say a lot. I put that back into your mind, into your subconscious mind as well. 500,000 hectares of land as part of subsidy palliative. Whose land? Where? Don't forget. As for our people in Edo, they seem to be getting tired now of this rising cost of living. They staged a protest just today. Maybe you should listen. Everybody is feeling it. Remember what I told you about bad government? You cannot support bad government because you want to punish some people or you want to make them cry. All right? You see, bad government is like fat. Can you get? Let's say you just fat inside this room, codedly. Nobody knows that you are fatted. And you see this deep, sinking, smelly fat. You do it codedly. By the time you release it into the atmosphere, everybody inside that space will collect. Everybody. Including yourself. Okay, maybe that's not a good one, Abi. Manage them like that. Bad government does not spare anybody. Whether those in charge of that bad government, they are from your tribe, or they are from your religion, or they are your family members, or whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, one thing about bad government is that those who are doing it, they don't even kind of see it as anything bad. They don't see it as anything bad that they don't see themselves as victims too. Let me say something to you. In Nigeria today, what is most worrisome for people is poverty. I don't want to be poor. I can never be poor again in my life. Father Lord, save me from poverty. My generation is about poverty, which is about what? Lack of what they can touch and see. Yeah. So the politicians who always steal so much money, they have so much money. They've stolen them. Useless money. They use the money to buy things that, like everything they can get, they can't get them. They deny you, or let me say, they denied you the basic amenity, basic, what do you call, they call the standard, the good standard of living. Then they took the money that could actually help your economy, create jobs, make life meaningful. And they pack the money and they put them somewhere in soak away, in foreign banks. When they want to, they will say, okay, they are buying properties. They buy properties everywhere. They have billions. They stock them everywhere. Some of them, they don't even know where they kept all your money. Okay? Hospitals, they won't build. Schools, they won't fund. Education, they won't fund. But somehow, the roads, they didn't build. The children, they didn't train. Now, they have a country riddled with untrained, uneducated or miseducated people who also need to survive. And here you are, ruined country. Crime is on the rise. They don't have peace of mind themselves until they have people with guns guiding them like they are criminals. In this country, if you see anybody that comes out of a car and police are with guns around him, nobody is going to call that person prime minister or president. They will believe that person is a criminal. The whole street will think there is a criminal they brought home. Who is that person? Is that a criminal? In Nigeria, they are guiding your criminal politicians because they are criminals, running away from the nemesis of what they have done. Shall you follow me? So the day they need their medical care, they will need to fly 14 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours out of the country they rule, the place they are Lord and Savior. They will have to run away from there to go and get medical care. So she's stealing the money. Are they not doing themselves too? Of course, they've denied you medical care. They've denied you. They've denied you a good economy that can give you a job and make you live a standard life, okay? So they've made you, they forced you to live within the small space they want to put you, okay? The poverty they weaponize, they did that. But in the process, they are also hurting themselves. Bad government is injurious to everyone, including those who are perpetuating it. If they kind of feel like they themselves are also victims, that way, that just maybe they will begin to withdraw from their foolishness. And for those supporting them, because of whatever you think you have with them, I'm a Yoruba, I'm a Kinikon, I'm a Christian, I'm a Ghana, whatever you call yourself with them, bad government will not spare you. You will exist inside the country they have created, inside the economy they have created. And I bet you, even Allah go deny you.
Apadà mojú ara wa rí báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ gorí presidency lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà owó kówó epo ẹ ti tún sáré ṣe mítìnì ẹlẹ́fẹ́ yọ subsidy lórí iná lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà ẹ ti tún fọwọ́ kówó léwé àwọn ọmọ kí ló dé sí káwọn tálíkà sórí ibú ni. Wàlá àwọn abọ́tẹ̀ ìgbà tó ti lọ ọmọ tí lọ léwé ẹ wá mú owó léwé ẹ wá ní federal school olówó wo ní kọ́ ọmọ sí federal school láàrin èmi àti ìsọlọ́hún kò sólówó kankan tí kọ́ ọmọ sí federal school tó tálíkà náà lọ láti for 30,000 naira ẹ wá gbé lọ sí 100 something naira. Ó tún wá di pẹ́ẹ́tẹ́ ẹ̀mọ́ gbọ́ o wọ́n tún wá ní pé kò sówó òwe kò sówó aṣọ ń bẹ̀ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ bẹ̀rù ọlọ́wọ̀n ẹ̀yin ìjọba èyí tẹ̀mí fi dá yín lójú ní pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá sọ pé ẹ̀mọ̀ fara ni wá ó lè má rẹ̀ yín o àmọ́ Ọlọ́run ó làálà sí gbogbo tẹ̀yìn náà bá bí ẹ̀ sí ábílẹ̀ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ ń fi tí náà wá. Ara wa ní àwọn èèyàn ẹ wá ń tepo fún wa 600 nílùú tá a ti lépo ẹ wá lè fẹ́ fún wa ní 80,000 palliative orí burúkú kan tó sọ fún wa pé 8,000 yẹn máa ẹ ó sọ fún mi pé 8,000 yẹn ló ń pọ̀ wá ní. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́lẹ̀ nìkan ṣe nínú ayé wa Nàìjíríà nígbà tẹ́ ẹ wọlé ó dá ẹ wá rí géèmì tí palliative ló kàn ebi refinery bẹ̀ kí ló ń tẹ̀lé ọba wa tó refinery ṣe. Kí ló dé ṣe lé ìwé ọ̀fẹ́? Tí bá dé ohun yín láti ilẹ̀ ńjọ́ táwọn yẹn fi ń tẹ̀lé yín, òun náà ní pé ìwé ọ̀fẹ́ ń bẹ. Ọlọ́run sì mú àbùkọ́ láti sọ. Ó ní pé skáàmù ní gbogbo sọ́bsìdì yẹn bọ̀ àgbà. Ọlọ́run wa mú wa nísìn. Ọlọ́run mú gbogbo wa Nàìjíríà yìí. Ẹni tó fìyà jẹ wá la máa ń dìbò fún. Bèrè kan òun náà òun bí adití òun lòun ò gbọ́n gbà gbogbo tá à ń sọ. Wàlá tá a bá lẹ̀. Ọlọ́tà Asari ń bí ebi. A ní gbogbo ayé náà. A ní gbogbo ayé. Sáwọn èèyàn oníbàárà máa jalè. Àmọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n lè gbádùn ayé wọn nísìn, àwọn tí wọ́n lè gbádùn ayé wọn nísìn, àwọn tí wọ́n bá ní mímọ̀ ni. Ìmọ̀ ló kù tá yóò padà máa rà lára yẹn o. Ó kálukú ẹ máa gbọ́ nísìn, àbá yìí ń tà látàlá lòun fi ń sùn. Èmi ò tiẹ̀ ládàá àmọ́ mo lóòka tó.
Anna come lie. For those who don't understand Yoruba, okay, the Afa was telling his listeners how things have gone really, really, really bad. He was complaining about the increased school fees. And he said, which rich man or rich people send their kids to unity schools in Nigeria, except for the poor people or poor families who send their children to unity school because of the subsidized education. He said he removed subsidy and is promising them 8,000 naira. That's even the other one, Bokuwari. Sorry, give me a second. I have a frozen screen and I want to know why that happened. So give me a sec.
Continue. 70 years old man. Jesus is Lord.
So that's Afar lamenting. And you see those guys who are always behind their fast. When they will be like, it was like, my friend, shut up, Jare. You don't have any kid in school. I'm talking about something serious. And every time that one wanted to say, you'll be like, no, it's okay. I mean, just shut up, Jare. Shut up. I mean, you don't have too much. Everybody. Or maybe this one will crack you up. Oba Solomon. For those of you who know him very well. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba again, okay? I'm going to tell you what he said.
Please. Mr. President, àwọn èèyàn ti fẹ́ kú tán láàrin ìlú. Bí mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, anybody tó bá rẹ́rìn this time around, ó máa rẹ́rìn kú gbèrègèdè ni. Ẹ má tẹ love, ẹ má tẹ like, ẹ má tẹ anything. Gbogbo yẹn concentrate. Kó tó di pé mo bọ́ síta tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀mí ló mọ nǹkan tí mo rí. People are dying. Nígbà tẹ́ sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ tú Nàìjíríà ṣe, tẹ́ ní kí gbogbo wa máa ra epo 700 sí 600. Ṣé nígbà táwa bá ti kú, wọ́n lè ṣe fẹ́ wá tú Nàìjíríà ṣe nígbà táwọn yẹn bá ti kú tán. Òrìṣà tí ò bá lè gbè wá ṣe wá bó ṣe bá wa. Ní ìgbà ayé Jonathan ti kówó jẹ gan o, ó ti ṣe gbá o, ó ti ṣàwo o. Ẹ yẹ ká dìbò fún change. change wa wọ́n fi ọ̀bẹ lé wa lọ́rùn. Ó máa dá ọdún kẹrin kọjá. Ó máa dá ọdún kẹrin tó pé. Ọdún mẹ́jọ waste dànù ní àkókò Buhari. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà, ẹ má dúró kí ọdún mẹ́rin wúlé waste dànù. Ẹ sọ fún Tinubu. Wo ló fẹ́ tún Nàìjíríà ṣe agbọ́? Adẹ̀gbàgbọ́ bó máa ṣe. But ẹ kọ́kọ́ bá wa dá owó epo yẹn, ẹ bá wa dá padà sóye tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀. Ibi tó bá dẹ̀ wí ní kẹ́ ti rówó tẹ́ fẹ́ fi tún Nàìjíríà yìí ṣe. Tí ẹ bá dẹ̀ lè di ṣe, ẹ fi ilẹ̀ bó ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀, ẹ má pa wa tán. A ò ní kẹ́ má tún ṣe.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian. It is smoke.
If he thought he can just tell him and say, Eba wa da pada. A lot of you are begging. I've been reading everywhere. People are saying, President Tinubu, President Tinubu, please do something. You are Nigeria, funny people. President Tinubu, we need to reverse this thing. People are dying, you know. People are dying, you know, everywhere. I say, you know, a lot of people are dying.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing.
Everything are dying. Hey, people are dying. You are calling Tinubu to come and do what? To help you reduce the. President Tinubu, we need you to bring food in. We need you to allow to open border. We need you to. Funny people. You have no idea. I don't know how to say that in English. Because what you are about to witness in Nigeria, you have never witnessed it before. And I don't know how to describe it for you, but it is better experienced than be told, because you will never believe it. All of you asking President Tinubu to look into it, reduce this and that, reduce kiniko. You are talking to the wall. Somebody slept and woke up, and he said subsidy was gone. They didn't stop there. Every of their action and move shows that your shege is imported. It's original. As for this brother, I mean, you've seen that before, haven't you? His lamentation in full clip. HD.
This thing is very terrible. It's very terrible because we don't expect all the thing where it happen for now. For this Baba, our president. Because I like him. I vote for him. I work for him. If you see my message, I write his name for body of my message. So I love Baba. Pass all this way. This thing, I don't know how to qualify it. It's very worse. I thought, why now? We they buy this way 220 before Baba came there. Baba reached there. It turned to 500 plus. We still they manage it, but now it's going to 700. It's too much, yo. I get it's too much.
Do you think we should go back to subsidy?
Nothing. They call subsidy. Well, because they know we don't even know the meaning of all this. All the nations they are suffer. Why now? We get the fuel. Why fuel is not the race of like this? Nobody to see food to see food to talk. Both of us, both of Okada, we have a 2 certificate, but no work, no anything. Why? We don't expect all this. So it's very, very bad. It's very, very bad, yo. My name is Akila Sunday. I'm from Ilawe Ekiti. Former General Siama Olokada Ilawe.
Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn.
Àtisebo, àtisétẹ́, àtisétẹ́, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisétẹ́, tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́, àtisétẹ́, òtìsétẹ́, kágbàdé fálárè, àtisétẹ́, kágbẹ̀dé fálárè, àtisétẹ́ adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó, àtisétẹ́, àtisétẹ́ òtìlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò, àtisétẹ́, àtisétẹ́ èdò gbówó mi ń tẹ́, àtisétẹ́, àtisétẹ́, ètìsétẹ́, àtisétẹ́, ìjà ń jà aráàlú, àtisétẹ́, àtisebo, àtisétẹ́, àtisétẹ́.
Jebo, àtisétẹ́, 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 àtisebo, àtisétẹ́, ẹ̀tisétẹ́, ẹ̀tisebo, ẹ̀tisétẹ́. Ọmọ ọjọ́ jó, better just dance, so because you know your situation don't get to a stage where you say you know if you dance anymore. Are you with me? Just shake a little bit. 1.5 million children are at the risk of dying from malnutrition in Kano State alone. These are children. In Nigeria of today, the level of shege, poverty, caused by these criminals, selfish, self-centered, cold-hearted criminals. If you see the malnutrition in adults in Nigeria today, fear will catch you. But 1.5 million children in a single state, how many of them are probably not going to make it to the end of the year? It has gotten to an alarming rate that they had to raise alarm. Now, a lot of people are going there to support, to give this and that. The government themselves, you know, one thing about them that are actually so sad is that every problem they see, instead of solving the problem, they see the problems as an opportunity for them to what? To make money. At the end of the day, those who are going to be saddled with the responsibility of looking after these children, they're going to end up being richer than they were before they were given the job. And the children, more malnourished, you will see. But there are adults. Like if you see some of them today, you will probably recommend them for, to nutrition. What do they call them? Nutrition or no? Is it nutrition or dietitian or mejeji? People are suffering, and when you see them, you will see you can tell the malnourishment, and the children who are suffering it even more. They are trapped in this old cloud of unknown. And when I heard that, I was like, 1.5 million people. 1.5 million people. And that's the one they could throw out. If they do the number all over Nigeria, God. And I think that should tell you more about a failed country that these guys have done. I've kind of overseen. I don't know where you have your own faith from, where the confidence is coming from. Nigeria shall survive. Nigeria shall be great. And the rest of that, I don't want to know. Okay? Or why you are at it. Don't ignore all I have shared so far. As part of your confidence and belief that Nigeria is going to be better. I want to take calls. I'm going to stop there. Okay? And then I think we take calls. Okay? But I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea. Sure. The line is opened. It's WhatsApp call only. If you are still here with me, as usual, we're over 3,000 right now on YouTube. But we only have about 700 of us who have actually paid their offering. Let me give you another secret. If you don't have your own YouTube, kind of, right? If you have Gmail, okay? If you have Gmail, you have YouTube. Now, if you're watching me through your Gmail, YouTube, whatever, you can subscribe. But if you don't sign on to YouTube, you can't subscribe to my channel. You can't even like. Even if you click like, it will be removed because you are not, So I implore you to subscribe, and then set your notification on, okay? And you can always get the notification that my ego is live whenever I am live. So I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. And when I get back, I will take calls. Don't go anywhere.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.